Okay. So now today we will discuss about the field status variant. One more the prerequisite from the general ledger accounting point of view.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Field status variant. Okay. So what do you mean by field status variant and why we have this topic in the SAP? So the reason is basically we know in every business transactions while we are maintaining some business transactions the required fields is different. It
Mm,
means, for example, if you want to post some rent transaction, so
yeah.
then the required input information or the input required fields is like we need the rent landlord or the building owner, and we need the details when we are paying that rent, the date, and how much of amount we are paying, and at the same time how we are paying. Is it paying through check or paying through bank transfer or whatever it is, like that details we need while we are going with the rent transactions, rent related transactions. And where it comes to the asset, for example, if you are acquiring one asset, so or if you are purchasing one asset, so again here the required fields is different, like we need asset details, and when we purchased the asset, and from where we purchased that asset, and what is that vendor, and how we are paying this amount to that vendor. So likewise, when we are doing the business transactions, so based on the business transactions, the required input fields is vary from one transaction to another transaction. So to understand that situation, so the SAP is developing this concept, field status variant concept. So with the help of field status variant, while we are posting any transaction into the system, we can control the fields. Basically, here we have three options to control the fields. Like we have a suppressed option, required option, and optional entry. So where it comes to the suppressed, it means that field is not there in the system. That field is hidden. And when it comes to the required means, so we need to maintain some input in the required field. So without we enter the input, the system is not allowed to save that entry. And there is a third type, that is the optional. It means whether we want to maintain some input or not, that is our choice. But that field is that field is displayed in the system. So likewise, usually we can control the fields within these three options.
I
Okay.
have a question here. I
Krishna.
understand what is required and what is optional. Required is like we'll have some time red star there. We need to it needs to be updated.
Correct.
What is suppressed?
Suppressed means that field is hidden. So that field is not displayed in the screen, particular screen.
Oh, that is not required.
Yeah.
Oh, while
See, I
configuring we
will,
are.
yeah, I will show you. So for example, in the system, so again, the field status variant, it is connected to the field status group. So these are all the field status groups is available in the system.
Krishna, sorry
Like,
to interrupt you. I have a
yeah,
question here. So
yeah,
when we are setting up the field status variant, we are setting it up for each T code, or how is it?
no, no, not HT code,
Okay.
ma, Rakshana. I will explain you.
Mm, okay.
See, for example, I will go to OBC4. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So here, so already we have some field status variant from this one. So the standard field status variant, I will copy to my current field status variant. I will maintain our field status variant is our company code. I will explain you what is these
Okay.
things.
Okay.
So here just I created one field status variant and I will copy all the field status groups. Okay, and save this one. Our batch is K group of companies. Okay, I captured my changes. So
Okay.
same thing, I will update here Excel. Okay, so now I will show you, for example, so under K100 field status variant, we have different field status groups. Okay, so we have field status group like G001, and we have field status group G003, G004, G55. So these are the field status group, meaning is this group contains some group of fields. For example,
Okay.
for example, if I select this one, if I go to field status, so in the field status group Z001, it contains again the group of fields. These are all the
Mm,
group of fields. For example,
okay.
if I opened this tab, the general data tab. So
Mm,
if I
mm,
double click here, now again you can see here I have these type of fields, and
mm.
these fields again I have three options:
Okay.
suppress,
Mm,
required, and optional entry. See, for
okay.
example, if I selected suppress option, it means whatever in future, whenever I created the GL account, I am mapping my field status group
Mm, mm,
where
mm.
I will show you in FS00. Okay, so let's say for example, if I take raw material, if I
Mm,
go to the create bank interest tab, you can see here without field status group, so we can't save the we can't save the GL account as well.
okay.
So this field status group, whatever I maintain for this GL account, whenever I try to post some entries into the
Mm,
system with the help
mm,
of the GL account, automatically this field status groups fields is appeared, and whatever in this field status group we are putting suppress, required, and optional, the system is automatically worked in that cases. This is the logic how we define the field status group and how it is connected to our GL account. So in
okay.
this place, whatever I maintained in the field status group G001, so once I define this field status group into my GL account, it is automatically triggered.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so now again you can see we have different fields in the general data tab, and even we have other tabs as well, additional account
Yeah.
assignment tabs here.
So just one question. In
Yeah.
general data tab, the fields we are seeing, those
Mm.
are by default or we have to create those and assign?
These are
Uh,
all the fields provided by the SAP
okay,
by
okay,
default,
okay.
but
Mhm.
we can't use all these fields in our transaction. See, here you can see the maximum fields provided by the SAP. In general data, we have nearly 10 fields. And if you go to
Mm,
additional account assignment, we have many fields. You can see here. And where it comes to the materials management tab, we have a lot of fields. So likewise,
mm.
the
So the
SAP by default, it will provide many fields.
yeah,
Okay.
and the suppressed entries are by default has been provided by SAP. We cannot change anything over there, right?
Yes,
Or
yes, exactly.
okay,
Even see,
and
for
only
example, here in this case, this is the payment transactions. Okay. So here
yeah.
the value date we are putting into optional.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
For example, if I put this value date into required entry, when I save this one, okay. So in future, in G001 field status group, when I used this one here,
mhm,
when I'm doing the transactions with the,
yeah,
especially the value date field where it is appeared in the that bank
mhm,
related GL accounts, right? So
yeah,
without we provide the value date, we can't save that entry. We can modify it, we can change it according to our wish. But mostly whatever the default is provided by the SAP, even in the real-time projects also, we use it same like this only. But there
okay,
is some scenarios. So especially the business is looking some field is mandatory, and if there is some field is mandatory, the business is looking to change into optional. Why? Because while they are posting the general entries, they got some errors. They are unable to post the general entry. So that time business is approached us and the business is asking, please put that so and so field into the optional entry. So that time we changed. Okay, so is it okay, all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Krishna. Okay.
Yeah. It's very easy concept. See, plus two, please try to understand the concept. The field status variant or the field status group. What is this concept? See, based on the different transactions, what we posted in the SAP system. So based on the different transactions, the required fields is different. While we are making the rent transaction, we required some type of fields. And when we are going with some fixed assets related transactions, then we required some fields. And when we are going with some material related transactions, then the required fields is different. So the SAP application is identified that different areas where we need to maintain the different fields when we are posting the general entry. So that and all is already captured by the SAP and they maintained as a field status group. And these field status groups we are adding into the GL account creation. When we created the GL account in FS00, even without this field status group, we can't save any general entry as well. You can see any general entry, the field status group is there. If it is bank related GL accounts, we maintain the field status group as bank accounts. And if it is the inventory related, we maintain some general field status group. And if it is some reconciliation account, then we maintain the reconciliation account field status group. It means nature on the GL account, what you try to create. So according to that, we will change the field status group. We will maintain the field status group. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next we need to assign our company code to field status variant. So the transaction code is OBC5. So here my company code is K100 and here my field status variant is also K100
Same.
and click on save. That's it. Okay. So these three steps, these two steps is required. Next. 1 minute, guys. I will come back 2 minutes. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys. So here I will create one field status variant and I assign my field status variant to my company code. These two steps is required from this topic. Even in material, I mentioned very clearly what you need to do when you practice. Even I shared this Excel sheet as well earlier. So just you can go
Yeah.
through this Excel sheet also, you can practice from your side. And even when you practice, if you have any doubt also, you can use this material. Okay.
Okay.
And the next prerequisite setting from the general ledger accounting is posting key. Okay. So for the new members, Suraj, so we are in the general ledger accounting, and out of that, in general ledger accounting, so we will maintain some prerequisite configuration.
Yeah.
What do you mean by prerequisite configuration? Before we post the journal entry, we need to maintain some settings in the system. So
Yeah.
later we will post the journal entry. And out of that, we started with the chart of accounts, and we discussed about account groups and retained earnings account and fiscal year variant. And today we discussed about the field status. Yesterday we discussed about posting period variant, and today we discussed about the field status variant and all. And the remaining classes, whatever I said until now, the 2 or 3 classes, I will take you separately. No problem.
Okay. So
Okay.
so is there any videos available so that I can watch
Yeah,
over the
yeah,
weekend?
yeah. So in our chart itself, you can see here. So each and every day videos and each and every day the materials is there. Just we started
And
in 28. You can download these videos and you can download these materials. If you go
yeah,
through these videos also, that is more than fine.
yeah. I'll watch those, and in case any doubt, I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, yeah. Super. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
So next we are going with the posting keys concept. What do you mean this posting keys concept? See, basically, when we try to post some general entries in manual accounting process, how we will post the general entries? What is the logic? What thing we use it to post the general entry? Let's say, for example, there is a one transaction. Okay, rent paid so and so amount 5,000 by check. Okay, so here in manual accounting, what is the general entry, Rakshana?
Uh, Rent account will be debited to
Mm-hmm.
cash bank.
Okay, rent account debited
Uh, to
and
cash bank.
to bank
To the
account. Okay,
cash or
Yeah,
bank.
bank.
yeah.
Yeah, since it
So
is check,
here
it is.
so here I mentioned by check, right? So it is
Mm,
bank account. Okay. So
mm.
here 5K and here also 5K. So here how you will say this rent account is debit and this bank account is credit? What is
We
the
use the
reason?
golden
What
rules
is
of
the logic?
account. I mean, since rent account is, we use the golden rules of accounting since uh, rent is a nominal account. According to that principle, we debit it. And
Mhm.
cash is what comes in, we should debit it. What goes out, we should credit.
Goes out.
Very
Yeah,
good.
so we debit
Excellent.
crediting the cash or bank.
Real real account, right? Bank.
Excellent. Exactly. Very good. So here you tell based on the golden rules of accounting.
Yeah,
Okay. So as per the golden rule of accounting, so the rent is a expense and it comes under nominal account. And as per
yes,
the nominal account, debit all expenses and the losses. And here simply we debited the expense.
yeah,
And bank account, this is the amount. So we are paying some amount. It's like a real account. Usually the bank account is a personal, but here in this case, the bank we treated as a real account. And as per the real account, what comes in debit and what goes out
on
credit.
the credit.
And
Yes,
here uh, our cash is going out. Am I correct or
yes,
not? By paying
yes,
rent. So simply we credited the bank. So here the base is the golden rules of accounting. So
yes.
majorly we have three type of accounts: personal account, real
No,
account, and
and
nominal account. And personal account, the golden rule is debit the receiver and
eligible
credit
to
the
credit
giver.
the given
And real account, what comes in debit, what goes out,
credit.
what comes in debit and what goes out credit. And in
Mm.
nominal account, debit all expenses and
Yes,
losses and credit all incomes and
income
gains.
and gains. Yeah.
Exactly. So where it comes to the SAP application, whatever you set the general entry, how this general entry we posted in the SAP. What is the logic? How we will define? And here we are not defined, right? So here the system needs to define which is the transaction the system needs to post the debit side and which is the transaction the system needs to post the credit side. Here the system defines this logic based on the posting key. It means the posting key is helpful determine the line item of a transaction, whether the system needs to post to debit side or the credit side. So that is the concept of posting key. Simple concept. So we need to merge this concept into this concept. So whenever in manual accounting, how we will post the journal entry. So simple, the solution is we are followed some golden rules of accounting. And out of that, we have three accounts. And according to the golden rule, we post the any journal entry in the manual accounting. So same thing in SAP application, how this software will determine whether particular transaction needs to post in debit side or whether the particular transaction needs to post in credit side. So the answer is simple, the posting key. Okay. And again,
Yes.
and Giri and Rakshna, you need to tell this one as well. What are the different account types in SAP? In manual accounting, what are the types
Okay.
of accounts we have in manual accounting?
You're talking about
Uh,
single entry and double entry, you are saying? Or
No, no, no. Account types. So basically in manual accounting, we have three type of accounts: personal account, real account, and nominal account.
oh, okay.
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 Golden. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it comes to CA background, we call as personal account and impersonal account. Impersonal account, again, we classified into two things: real account and nominal accounts. Whatever it is, finally,
Mm.
we agreed three type of accounts: personal, real, and nominal. And what
Mm.
about in SAP? What are the different types of accounts is there in SAP?
Mm.
I guess same
Any
thing.
idea? Yeah.
No idea. I maybe
How many guess at least? Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight.
Either two or three, as you said. Same thing applies here, I guess. Personal, impersonal, or the all three.
Okay.
I could not.
See, in SAP, so we have five type of account types in finance. And when it comes to when we are adding the FICA module, the finance and contract accounts, we have six type of account types. Why?
Oh,
Because we have contract accounts as well, the sixth type of account type. So
you
now
mean
here you
like
can,
asset liability or something like that? Okay, yes.
yeah. These are the five account types in SAP. So the first
Mm.
is the assets, and the second is the general ledger, and the customers and vendors and materials. And we have sixth type of account type is also there. That is the contract accounts. It determined with the V. It describes with the V. But
okay.
where it comes to finance part, we have five type of account types: assets, general ledger, customers, and vendors and material. And whenever we did the transaction, the posting key determines how the posting key is determined, whether the transaction is debit side and credit side. Each and every transaction, we maintain the different posting keys. Let's say, for example, if you want to debit the customer, then we used the posting key is one posting key. Okay. And if you want to credit the customer, then we used the posting key is 11. So likewise, if you want to debit any GL account, we used the posting key 40. And if you
Mm.
want to credit any GL account, we need to use the 50. And again, if you want to debit the asset, we used the posting key 70. And if you want to credit the asset, we need to use the 75. And when it comes to the stock inward, we used 89, and stock outward, we used the 99. And did you observe or not, when we are posting any transaction in the SAP, we need to give the posting key before we
Yes,
post the transaction.
yes.
Every time that is
40 and
mandatory.
50 is what we use mostly, like 40 and
Ah, exactly. The 40 and 50, these two is our favorite posting keys, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
90% of the cases we use this one, and
Mm.
the
I
remaining
think,
10,
yeah, I think I only know these two, if I am right. I
yeah,
hardly use SAP for, posting.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Even
now
I
I
also,
can recall. Now I can
yeah,
recall. Yeah.
even I am also agreed, right? So 90% of the time we used these two posting keys only. But
Yeah.
we have other posting keys as well. You can see here
As well.
we have nearly 50 plus posting keys in SAP. And these remaining 48 posting keys, we used only 10% cases.
Mm.
Okay, but
Yeah.
every transaction we have different posting keys,
Do
and
we
the
do we
logic.
mean to say like every time we configure SAP for a
No, no,
new
no, no.
account
This is predefined in the system.
in inbuilt already? Okay, that's my
It is
question.
inbuilt,
Yeah,
and we don't have change option.
got it. Typically,
Yeah,
this learning is for the at user level, not for the
yes,
people who are at configuring level.
exactly. And this one you can see if you want, I will show you as well. Let's say, for example, the transaction code is OB41. So every 5 minutes, our system is logged out. Okay. So if I go to OB41, so this is the transaction where we can maintain our posting keys related configuration here. So even in the real-time projects also, 95% cases we use the same posting keys only, unless until if the business is looking any the new customization from the general entries level, but I didn't saw even in my career as well. So mostly we used this posting keys only, what we mentioned here in the material. But maybe there is a chance. So some projects, what happened? So instead of some posting key, anyway, the 40/50, no one client is changed these two things. Why? Because 90% of the cases we used this one. But there is a some cases, like for example, if it is 31 invoice, maybe they changed here inside the settings. Okay, even this is also not happened. Usually in the real time projects also, we used the same these things only, whatever we saw in the screen. And even you can see here, there is a create option as well. If you want to create one posting key, here we can create. But the point is, even in real time also, mostly we didn't create any new posting keys unless until if the business is specifically looking to maintain one more new type of posting key. Okay, this is more than enough.
Okay.
You can see here how many posting keys we have in the SAP standard system. And mostly in SAP, most of the settings is already there. More, no, more than enough, I can say. But
Okay.
what happened? But some projects, what happened? Uh, because of the business, some maintaining of some new things into the system, maybe they will ask to change so and so things and all. But just it's matter of 5 to 10% only. The remaining 90 and 95% we can see the standard things only in the system. And that 5% and 10% we can achieve through with the help of enhancement as well. We have a enhancement concept as well. Okay. And if you want to see here the 40 posting key, so this is the 40 posting key we are using for the debit of GL account. You can see here the account type, 5 account types. It is applicable only the GL account. So likewise, we will tell to the system whenever I use this posting key, particularly this GL account, you need to maintain the debit side. So simple. Okay. And while we are reversal this posting key, we need to use the reversal posting key as
50,
50.
50.
That's it. Okay. And even in posting key also we have a field status concept. What we maintained earlier in field status variant. Again, in the posting key also we have same thing. It is same as what I discussed earlier, the field status group. So here you can see again, even in posting key level also you can maintain the fields. It means based on the posting key. So if you want to maintain some fields is mandatory or some fields is surprise or some fields as optional, you can maintain that fields also here. That is option also there in the SAP system. Okay.
Yep.
Very simple concept. This is not a complex. If you understand the concept, it's very easy to us. So any
Yeah.
doubt regarding the posting keys concept?
No, it makes
Nothing from my
sense.
end.
Okay. Suraj, what about you?
Just trying to grab all the concepts. So I believe I need to look at earlier videos and then.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No problem, no problem. You can take and that too. I hope you are not
But
finance background, right?
no, no, I'm not from finance background.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, no problem. So
Mm,
please go through
that's
that
fine.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
But
is it
see,
possible for you to send this document to me so that I can read?
yeah, already I shared Suraj. So here, if you go to chat box here,
Mhm.
okay. So this document I shared
Okay,
Monday.
okay, got it. Yeah, yeah,
Uh, Same document only I explained here, the
yeah.
chart of account GK. Okay.
Oh, yes.
The point is simple. See, you don't think more about the system settings and all. Whenever I explained this concept, now, whenever I started any topic, if you understand this concept, easily you can understand this material and easily you can understand this configuration and all. And
Yeah,
whatever I explained, each and everything, the screenshot and each and everything, the theory I mentioned very clearly uh, in my material.
yeah, yeah.
Next. So next we will go to the next topic, document types. So this is also easy topic only as part of the prerequisite settings in the general ledger accounting. So whatever I said earlier for the making some rent related transactions or for the posting some asset related transactions and for the posting some material related transaction. So here we have different type of document types. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So in SAP, so you can see here the document types are defined at the client level. And at the same time, the document types is applied to all company codes. Again, so this point is also very, very important, my dear friends. See, whenever we try to understand any concept, so in SAP, basically, we will maintain some settings at client level and some settings at company code level. What is the difference between these two? See, if you maintained any setting at client level, it means that settings is applicable to all the company codes in the SAP system. But whenever you maintain some settings at company code level, that settings is applicable only to the particular that company code. So the document types usually, so these are the defined at client level. It means whatever the document types we can see it here. So this document types is common for all the company codes. And the document types keys is used to classify the accounting documents and distinguish between business transactions to be posted. Especially this document types is very helpful to classify the accounting documents and as well as the business transactions within the accounting documents. It means if you want to post some asset accounting, we need to use the document type is AA. And what is the document type for GL postings? Any idea?
Like journal, essay, I think.
Very good. So mostly 90% we use this document type only. SCA.
Okay.
Yeah. So here the important document types in SAP again we have different type of document types is there, but important things I highlighted in the red color. So AA we are using for asset posting and AB we are using for accounting document and AF we use it for depreciation postings and DG, DR, DZ. Especially in accounts receivable topic, we need to understand more about these three document types and KG, KR, KZ in accounts payable. We need to learn in depth of these document types and the SCA document type, the GL account document type. But here we have different type of document types. And the remaining thing, especially based on this document type only, again, we are mapping to the number ranges. Even our next topic is number ranges only. What is the number ranges? Any idea? What is the number ranges in SAP?
You mean the series?
Hmm?
for GL? Is it a series for GL account?
Exactly.
Not.
Not a series. See, in SAP, if you want to maintain any master data, so basically, how many types of data is there in SAP? Functional side, not from the technical point of view. Functional point of view, how many types of data we have?
Three, right? GL.
No. So we have master data, we have transactional data, transaction data, okay, and we have configuration slash config slash customization data. So likewise, in SAP, the functional point of view, I'm not talking about the above technical point of view. Above technical point of view, the types of data is different. So they have test or they have some numeric. So that is different. But in functional point of view, majorly we have three type of data: master data, transactional data, config slash customization data. Whatever we maintained until now in the system, that data we call as config slash configure customization data. And where it comes to the master data, so there is a chance, there is a scenario like wherever we can use some data in repetitive times. So instead of we maintain that data n number of times, so instead of that, we maintain that data as a master data. So in SAP, again, we have different type of master data. Where it comes to the finance point of view, we have a GL master data, we have asset master data. And where it comes to the SD point of view, we have the customer master data, and we have the customer material info record and condition record master data. And when it comes to the point of view, the material master data and vendor master data. So likewise, we have different types of master data is there. Master data is nothing but we can maintain one time and we can use n number of times. Simple understanding. Even the GL accounts also we created one time only. The rent GL account or the asset GL account, any GL account we can create one time only in FS00. But when we posting the transactions, we can use the GL account n number of times. So usually that one we call as master data. And when it comes to the transactional data, whatever we posted the day-to-day business transactions into the system, simply we call as transactional data. Okay. And when we maintain the master data or when we posted any transactional data, the system provides the number to the particular transaction data or to the particular master data. But how the system gives the numbers, number series 1 to 100, 200 to 400, or 1 to 1000 and all, the simple concept is the number ranges. It means whatever the ranges of numbers we maintain in the system, according to that, when the system perform that transactional data postings or that master data postings, the system provides the number automatically. So that is the concept of number ranges. Number ranges we have in the master data concept, and as well as we have in the transactional data concept. And the number ranges concept we have across all the functional modules. We have finance, we have number ranges, SD, we have number ranges, we have number ranges, PP, we have number ranges. Number ranges concept is there anywhere in the SAP functional modules. So why? The reason is whenever the user is try to create master data or whenever the user is try to post some posting into the SAP, the system needs to provide the number automatically. But how the system provides that number automatically? We need to define the number ranges configuration into the system. Even
E-
in
Each
SAP,
each
yeah,
transaction or each master data should have some unique identity.
exactly. Exactly. Even for the transactional postings, especially in the assets, based on the document type, we will maintain the number ranges. It means for asset accounting postings, we will maintain one number range. And the depreciation posting, we will maintain another number range. And the customer credit memos, we will maintain one number range. and the customer invoice we will maintain one number range, and whatever the number range you defined in the document type, based on that, whenever you use this document type to post the any general entry, the system generates that number automatically. That is the concept of document types and as well as number ranges. Easy topics, nothing is difficult. Okay, so then how we will maintain this document types and number ranges? So I need to go to OBA70 code here. So again, my time is over. Okay, so I need to go to OBA7. So now you can see these are all the document types. Even if you want to maintain our new document type also we can maintain. And even if the business is changing some document type into some name, or even if the business is looking to maintain some additional settings here also we can maintain. Okay, so there is three ways we can maintain new document type, or we can maintain, we can copy already existing document type as well, or we can use already existing document types as well. Okay, so even in the real time projects also, mostly again we can use the standard document types only. But if the business is looking to change some document type names, usually even we created some G document types also. For the some transactions, we will maintain the new document types as well. That time usually we are giving number like ZA, ZB, ZC, ZD likewise. See in SAP, the fundamental rule, whatever the standards we have, so the standards and all, it starts with A to X. Okay, whatever you can see here, A to X, these are all the standards. But whenever you see anything, it starts with Z, it means these are all the customizations. It means these are all the defined in our business requirement. Okay, so even in these transactions, we are copying. I think the earlier some members they are copied AA to ZA. Even we also maintain same this thing. If you want to maintain some this one, so if I want to maintain like ZB, so I will maintain. But here the entry is already exist. So because of that, I got error. Okay.
Mm.
And now, what things we need to know regarding this document types inside the document types? For example, I will open our favorite document type, SA. Okay. So again, in document type also, mostly we used 80 to 90% of the cases SA document type only. Why? Because whatever we said earlier, the posting key 40 and 50, which belongs to the document type is SA. Okay. So in document type, you can see here, there is a number range 0, 1. And the reverse document type, if you want to reverse this document type, we used the AB. And what are the account types allowed for this document type? Here we are selected the options like assets, customer, suppliers, material, GL account, and secondary cost. It means by using this document type, we will post the entries out of this type of account types. You can see in SCA, we can post all these things. Why? Because the GL accounts, whenever we try to post the assets, we need normal GL account. And whenever we try to post one customer invoice, we need one GL account. So likewise, this is common for all account types. The GL account type is required. And control data, you can see here we have different type of control data like document type, customer vendor check, and negative postings permitted or not, or intercompany transaction codes. So likewise. And the default values of the exchange rates as well. Basically in SAP, we have different type of exchange rates, but usually out of this, we used this translation average rate. So translation average rate, it describes with the M, and the selling rate we described with the B, and the bank buying rate we described with the G. Okay, this is the exchange rate types. Okay, and even we have some other during document entry, whether the reference number is required or not, whether the document error test is required or not. So these things also we will maintain as part of the document type setting. So this is the relates to the SLGL account type. For example, now you can observe the account types here. I selected all, but for example, if I go to AA document type, okay, this is the asset accounting postings. And now you can see there is no tick mark for the secondary cost. It means, so this GL account document type, we are not used to post any secondary cost related GL accounts. So likewise, based on the document type, so the usage of document type is different. Where it comes to the care, again, there is no secondary cost here. And the next very important point. For example, how to maintain the number ranges. So we will maintain the number ranges in finance. We have two options. In the document type, you can see the number range 01. If I click here, I will maintain my number range for my company code K100. I need to click on intervals. Here the number range number I need to maintain 1, and my financial year is 2024, and here I can give 1 to 49. I need to click on save. So this way, it means I will define my document numbers in this way. In OBA7 itself, I can maintain my number ranges. It means in future, whenever I try to post one general entry by using this document type, the system generates the number from 1 to 49. This is the one way. And the second way is we have a transaction code directly FBN1, and within the FBN1 also same thing. I need to go to K100 and I need to click on this intervals. And again in this interval, I need to maintain my document type number ranges here. Okay.
What is the result this gives? Like in the sense, like what is the impact or effect this gives when we create? When we say 01, but it creates in the range of 10, right? Like
1 to
uh,
49.
1 to 49. It says if SA for 01, like that it will create the document as.
Yeah. See, whenever I posted the general entry, I will show you. We will post the general entry also in this
Okay.
chapter itself. The
Mm,
system provides my document. First document number is 1.
mm,
And whenever I post it to, the system generates the document number 2. For example, here in case I mentioned 100, okay, I
mm.
mentioned 100, and here I mentioned 199. So in this case, what happened? The system generates the number. First document number is 100, and
100.
the second document number is 101, and
Mm,
the
mm.
third document number is 103, like that.
It
I
takes
will show
only
you
till it takes only till 199.
exactly. After 199, the system throw the error.
That's
So in
the
this object, there is no number ranges is defined. Usually in the real time, we maintain in the lakhs.
yeah, yeah.
But for our easy understanding, here I mentioned
Got it.
only 50 or 100. And
Mm,
here one more option is there. That is the external option. What is this external? See, for example, if you tick mark for this number range, so and so 01 number, if I tick mark here, then what happened? The system, whenever we posted the number ranges, so and so document type, the system is not generate the number automatically. We need to give every time.
mm,
So that is the that is the use of external. See what I said earlier. See, whenever we post any transaction or whenever we saved any master data, the system provides the number automatically, right? But there is another scenario. So what I'm looking, so I want to give my own numbers for the documents. In real time, we don't use this concept. We used only this concept only. But SAP, we have that option as well. If you tick mark here, it means every time we need to provide the number when we try to save the document posting. Okay, that is the external. And here the number ranges status also here we have option. For example, I maintained 1 to 199 and I posted 30 documents. So in number range status, it is mentioned as 30. It means out of this out of this number range, already 30 number ranges already we used. It means the remaining 79 documents only we are posted in this number range. That information also we can find out here, the NR
yeah.
status. Okay. So this way we will maintain the field status, sorry, document types and as well as the number ranges. Okay. So again, so we have some more concepts, and once this concepts is completed, later we will post the general entry. And once I posted the general entry, again I will explain you what is the link all these concepts to the general entry posting as well. Okay. So
Sure.
then today I will stop this session. Already 5 minutes
Sure.
we are going out. No problem.
Oh,
But Suraj, I will take a session to you tomorrow. And Giri and Rakshana, we don't have session tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Usually we will plan only Monday to Friday. Even Saturday, Sunday, you have to enjoy with your family.
mm,
Okay. So we
Okay.
will meet on Monday.
sure,
Yeah, sure.
sure,
Thank you
sure,
so much.
Yeah,
Ravi.
yeah, yeah.
So at
Thank you.
what
Thank you for
time we
joining
are
today's.
going to meet tomorrow?
Tomorrow we will meet same time, Suraj, 9,
ठीक.
9:30.
Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
all.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Good night. Yeah.